on the periodic table we have lots of elements. So how does one element differ from another element? First of all the elements, like we have learned before, are made up of atoms. So say for example oxygen, made up of oxygen atoms, nitrogen, made up of nitrogen atoms. So physically, the smallest entity in oxygen is an oxygen atom that retains the identity, and nitrogen atom is the smallest entity of nitrogen element. Now, how does nitrogen atom differ from an oxygen atom? Now, every atom, like we've said before, contains protons, electrons, and neutrons. Okay. Identity of an atom or identity of an element is the number of protons. So oxygen atom and nitrogen atom have two different number of protons. Nitrogen has 7, every atom of nitrogen has 7 protons, and every atom of oxygen has 8 protons. Fundamentally, number of protons is different for atom of every element. Now, the number of protons present in an atom is known as atomic number, and this is the very important information that you will find on the periodic table. Now, inside the atom there are protons and neutrons. So the addition of number of protons and neutrons, in other words number of subatomic particles present in the nucleus, is known as the mass number. Another piece of information that you need to keep in mind is that for a neutral atom, as in for an atom where positive charges are equal to negative charges, what does that mean? That means that number of protons, which are positively charged, is equal to number of electrons. That is known as a neutral atom. So for a neutral atom, if you think about it, atomic number, which is the number of protons, is also equal to number of electrons. So you might come across a problem that might look like this. How many protons, neutrons, and electrons are found in an element with this symbol, oxygen 16-8. Remember, this is the atomic number and this is the mass number. So atomic number is 8. So protons are 8, electrons are 8 because this is a neutral oxygen, and neutrons, so this is mass number, which is equal to neutrons plus protons. Protons are 8. So if the total mass number is 16 and protons are 8, neutrons will be 16 minus 8, which will be 8 as well. Now you might see another type of problem that might look like this. Oxygen 16, 8, 2 minus. What does this mean? This means that this is not a neutral atom. This is a negatively charged ion. Negatively charged ions are known as anions. What does that mean? That means that there are more negatively charged particles in this species. So originally this oxygen had contained 8 protons and 8 neutrons and 8 electrons originally, but this is a 2 minus, right? What does 2 minus means? 2 negative charges have been added to this. That means 2 electrons have been added to the neutral species. So for this species, the total number of protons are 8 because we did not tamper with protons. Total number of neutrons are 8 because we didn't touch that as well. But remember, we added 2 negatively charged particles. That means compared to the neutral atom, there are 2 more electrons. So there are 10 electrons in this species.